Hi, this is Mitch Mitchell of I'm Just Sharing. I want to begin this by saying that I've got an idea that I want to try, which is to post 5 videos in a row. Not all on the same day, but 5 days in a row. They're going to be relatively short, and as I'm sitting here right now, I can't even tell you what all of them are going to be about. And most probably all of them are going to have me wearing this same shirt because I plan on doing them all at the same time, just not posting them all on the same day. And this is probably the only one that's going to end up on a blog post. So I'm going to try to keep this relatively short, but I've just got something to say. You know, Monday, it was Patriots Day in Boston, and by now most people know that there was a bombing at the end of the marathon. Luckily, most of the people had finished and were gone. Otherwise, it could have been a bigger tragedy than it was. But at the time I'm doing this, 3 people were killed and about 170, I believe, have been injured. And it's a terrible thing. And, you know, it's one of those kind of things that it makes you stop and take pause and wonder what kind of people there are that want to, you know, create these kinds of things. Now, that's not where I'm going with this, believe it or not. Where I'm going with this is what ended up happening literally hours after that kind of thing. You know, a few months ago, I decided I wasn't going to watch the news all the time anymore. I see the stream in Twitter sometimes, and sometimes I see a story on Facebook, and I check it out. Every once in a while, you know, I may catch a story here and there, but in general, I decided I wasn't going to watch the news because I wanted to bring some more peace into my life. Something like this, there's just no avoiding it. You know, you get certain alerts or certain other people. Heck, even my mother called knowing about it. My mother knows nothing about the news, but she heard about it. So, you know, you saw the story, you know, you get a few things. You start noticing the media's looking like they're making stuff up. You turn off the TV and you wait a few hours to see if anything gets clear. What got clear are how people decide that they can take a tragedy like this and turn it into something political or just to suit their own interests. For instance, within just a few hours, I made what I call a burger run. I just went to Burger King really quick, and I usually listen to recorded books on tape, but in this case I had the radio on, and I don't know why I ended up on some conservative radio show, but I did. And the guy was saying that if some of those people had had guns at the finish line of the marathon, that this wouldn't have happened. And my thought was, what kind of stupid statement is that? How would guns have stopped a bomber? Especially when you don't know who that is. Obviously no one knew who it was. Now, one of the other people said that he heard on a liberal station how some people said, this is disgusting, how come you have to end guns? You don't take tragedies like this and after a few hours turn it into a political piece. You just don't. One of the other things I heard is that the Westboro Baptist Church, you know, that group of crazy religious folks who love to protest at the funerals of soldiers and whatever because they don't like homosexuals, had said that they were going to mass themselves together and they were going to protest the deaths of, you know, this little boy who was 8 years old and 2 other people. Pure idiocy. For their own purposes, they're going to, you know, do something like this on something like this. I just don't understand that. Then there were people in other countries who decided to say that, okay, yes, this was a tragedy, but this is American news. And how come everything always has to stop because something happens in America? And I had a lot of mental responses for this that I decided, no, I'm going to keep these to myself because I don't want to say a lot of the things that I could say. So I decided to let that go. And then there were people on Twitter and Facebook or whomever who, for some reason, decided to turn this into a way to advertise themselves. Are you kidding? People have just died. A whole lot of other people have been injured. Some people actually had amputations almost immediately, you know, because, you know, triage was set up all over the city in case something happened during the marathon. Nothing like this, but, you know, all kinds of things happened. And some outlets, some businesses, whatever, decided that this was a great time to advertise. I'm not going to mention the name of one site because even though I saw some of the things that they said, I'm not a purveyor of them. I've never used their services. I really didn't know much about them. I was just disgusted by some of what I saw. You know, tragedy is one of those kind of things that's supposed to kind of bring people together in general and say, let's stop this kind of thing. Whenever there's hurricanes or there's fires or there's floods or there's earthquakes or whatever, a lot of people usually mass together to try to help other people out. And even during this thing, from what I understand, there's a lot of people who were there who didn't get injured, or some got injured slightly, who went to help other people. That's what it's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about that. It's supposed to give some kind of time to give, the proper attribute or tribute to those people who were doing nothing except trying to have a little fun, trying to honor what Patriots Day means to the city of Boston. And someone decided that they just wanted to, break up the party. The best thing that happened is a lot of those people were asked later on, was this going to keep them from getting in groups or from running marathons, whatever, and all of them said no. They would not cave in to terrorists. They would not live their lives in fear. They will go on and be strong. That I really appreciated. That I liked, But some of these other things, people react to things differently. I understand that. But to decide that you want to take some kind of political, religious, or whatever position to promote yourself and to be down on someone else when this is not about you. It's about those people. It just can't fathom that. And I can't understand that, and I can't agree with it. So this was just my point that I just had to get this out there. I wanted to put it in a video rather than write everything like this in the blog. And it's a little longer than I had hoped it would be, but but the others won't be this long. Let me know what you think. Give me a comment down below, or, follow to the blog post that this is going to end up on, and let me know your thoughts on this. I can't be the only one who's just dismayed by where this has gone over this time. My goodness, it didn't even wait 24 hours. Let me know your thoughts. Y'all take care.